You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
And today on our Training Thursday show, I'm excited to talk to you about how anyone, truly anyone, and that includes you, can become athletic. So a lot of people think that they haven't been blessed with the athlete gene. They weren't really good at sports and, they can't do a lot of physical activities. Their coordination is a little bit low. Their nervous system, doesn't really fire properly. They don't have very good muscle tone. It's all these different excuses. And that's kind of been the story that they've told themselves their entire life. Well, I want to tell you this, is that every day we get to see people from all different walks of life. Some athletic, yes, they're naturally talented. I don't disagree that some people are a little bit more athletic than others. However, I've seen people, no matter how uncoordinated they came in, become coordinated, become athletic. And here's why. Is that you can train your body to become athletic. So when someone comes in for our personal training programs, body transformation programs, we're putting them through a set of fundamental exercises for about the first 12 weeks. And then after that, they can progress to more advanced, more coordinated based exercises. Here's what it means. To be athletic, more than anything else, means that you have a very well and high functioning nervous system. Now, most people don't even know what the nervous system really means, but what it means is this, is that your brain is sending signals down your spinal cord, and off of that are all these little finger-like structures, we'll call them, they're your nerves. And those nerves innervate your muscles. And so your muscles then know how to fire properly. Well, it's not just about your brain sending the correct signals, it's also about your muscles receiving those signals, how they fire the different motor units within your muscles, how quickly that process happens, right? How smoothly it happens. That's where some people look very graceful. Like, I'm a big fan of American football. I love to watch it. And so when I see a wide receiver just sprinting down the field and the ball's thrown over the wrong shoulder, like he's running towards his left, but the quarterback throws it over his right shoulder, he turns and it's really uncoordinated, but he twists, jumps up in the air, does a 360 and catches the ball with one arm and one hand, and then falls to the ground, keeping both feet in bounds. Like, that's the perfect example of a finely tuned athletic individual. They are able to just stop on a dime, twist, rotate, catch with one arm, and at the same time think about getting both feet in bounds. It's absolutely incredible. And if you don't, watch football or any of those things, you can really assess this or look at it in terms of any individual sport you enjoy watching. A batter in baseball being able to catch up to 100-mile-an-hour fastball, or in regular soccer or football for the rest of the world, being able to not only just basically catch the ball in midair on your foot, or do a bicycle kick where you're spinning upside down, kicking it into the net, or in tennis, being able to just dive back and forth. All of these things we think of as athletic, but all of those things have been learned. And I want to teach you this, that it's really simple. You're not going to be a professional athlete, most likely, right? I'm not going to be a professional athlete for sure. Like, these things just aren't in my cards. Certainly not, having not trained that way since a very young child, and certainly not at the age that I'm at right now. But here's the thing, we can all be more athletic, and you yourself can be athletic as well. And I want to teach you really and honestly the simplest way to do that. So you have to start with the fundamentals of essentially how you fire your muscles. And we do that very simply, and all of these can be looked up. Is doing a squat. Most people know how to sit down and stand back up, but maybe not properly. All right? We need to know how to deadlift. That just means picking something off the floor and standing up with it. We need to know how to lunge forward, backwards, and to the side, and then maybe even rotationally. And we need how to do a step up. Again, all of these things with proper form. When we do that, we actually boost our metabolism to such a high degree because we're firing the largest muscles in our body, which are our lower body. And again, that doesn't come from doing cardio or running or biking or elliptical. It comes from using our body in an athletic anaerobic way. And that means resistance training, even if it's just body weight. All right, so we need to know how to do all of those things. Then we also need to know how to jump and do these fun things. So I want to teach you need to do the fundamentals, but here's how to become really athletic, is to really get CrossFit, meaning like cross-training wise, not the CrossFit style of training, but becoming CrossFit how it used to be used. And that means this. I look at like the ideal workout week like this. Think of it this way. Now, this is the ideal. Not everyone's going to be able to achieve this. Think of it Monday doing a resistance-based workout. That means doing a full body workout, working your legs, your upper body, your core, okay? You can get that done in 20, 30 minutes, no problem. And then you could do some interval sprints if you want to do afterwards, just maybe between 3 and 5 or some kettlebell swings. That's fantastic. And then on Tuesday, you could do some cardio, and that cardio could be, again, sprinting, or it could be just a short distance. Now, I'm not a big believer in long distance running, but it could be a little bit of maybe a spin class, or you could even do some swimming. That would be absolutely fantastic. Remember, even if you're not a strong swimmer, hold on to that kickboard and kick your feet. Do butterfly kicks, freestyle kicks, breaststroke kicks, like all of those different things. That's fantastic, for training as well. You can do so many swimming exercises that are absolutely, fantastic. And then on Wednesday, you could do resistance day number 2. And again, full body workout, just working same muscles, but you're doing them in a different way, different exercises. Thursday would be a day off, or you could do yoga, you could do Tai Chi, you could do Qigong, kind of some of the softer ones. You could go for a massage, you could do sauna, you could do self-massage or foam rolling. So it's Monday resistance, Tuesday some form of cardio, aerobic based work, Wednesday would be your resistance, Thursday is an off day or recovery day with yoga, with hatha yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, one of those, or massage, foam rolling, sauna, all those great things. And then on Friday would be resistance day number 3, which is, again, body weight, or you could even do a boxing class. Like that would be fun as well. Like you could do something that you enjoy martial arts wise, but resistance wise, using your body and ideally using those lower body muscles as well. Being physical. Remember, our bodies as humans were meant to be physical. We were meant to do physical labor, whether it's being a hunter, running after your prey, or a gatherer, right? So, picking things, but you were walking, you were moving, or you were running away from something as well, whether it, again, whatever it might be. And then on Saturday, you can do then another aerobic-based day. And maybe that is, maybe you like to play basketball, or maybe you like to play tennis, or you like to go out there and ride your bike outside. Like those are fantastic things to do as well. You can do intervals. You can make it into another workout. And then on Sunday's going to be a rest day. You can just do stretching, foam rolling, massage, Tai Chi, hatha yoga, Qigong, any one of those things. So what do you have? You have 5 main days of workouts, and you have 2 rest days. Now, that's my ideal week, right? That's the ideal. But you're going to say, there's no way I could do all that. And I understand, because if you go from a place of doing not much and then you look at that seems way overwhelming. But if you're already doing 4 days a week now, or even 5 days, and you just need to restructure, that doesn't seem that bad. So it really depends on where you're at in life, right? That's why it's all about perspective, and it's all about, relativity. That might seem easy to you if you're doing 2-day workouts, right? If you're doing cardio in the morning and weight training at night, that's easy. You're only doing one thing a day, right? So how I look at it is this. You can even get started with what I call more days than not workouts, right? Or every other day. So a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then just be active on the weekend. Do something on the weekend. So what would that mean? Well, it could be as simple as you're going to do 3 workouts a week. So half resistance, half intervals at the end. That will get you in great shape. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday of doing, pick one of those on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And you can actually get a great shape doing 3 days a week. No doubt about it. And then on top of this, be a human again, as I like to say. Like when people say, oh, what do you do for exercise? I walk. Like, okay, walking's fantastic. But that's not exercise. That's called being active. Like that is called being a human. Humans are supposed to get 10,000 steps per day. And again, if you're not there yet, that's okay too, because again, we have to build ourselves up. If you're doing 3,500 steps per day, I don't expect you to triple that to get to 10,000 in a week. I expect you to get to 5,000 that next week, and then get to 6,000 and 7,000. Just work your way up. Remember, this is a journey. We are on this journey to improve, to constantly improve. You don't even need to reach the finish line next week or next month. We're just moving in that direction. That's what it's all about. So I explained the ideal to you in terms of how I see it. Now, how did I choose all those things? Well, one, longevity purposes, right? It's all about health and wellness. That is a well-balanced routine. You're getting some aerobic, you're getting some anaerobic, But I also talked about becoming athletic. I talked about training your nervous system. That is how you become an athlete. I talked about yoga in there. I talked about stretching. I talked about massage. I didn't talk about rebounding, but rebounding is fantastic as well. I talked about doing fun things like biking, or even you could do indoor rock climbing. You could do martial arts. Again, I mentioned those things in terms of like boxing. And of course, your resistance training. Your resistance training is how you teach your body over and over how to perform an exercise. So you can do 3 sets of squats, or maybe 4 sets, or, it depends on, again, your program. So I wrote a book, and again, I make like 50 cents or $1 on the sales of this. So, please don't think I'm recommending it because it's a big moneymaker or anything like that. It's called A Man's Guide to Muscle and Strength. You can buy it on Amazon. And this is not just for men. It was marketed towards men. But this is 1 year of my workouts. And you can just see exactly what all these things are. And again, I think it's like $13 or $14. And that is called A Man's Guide to Muscle and Strength. So you can always look there in terms of ideas. I do recommend that, right? It's very short money. It's my best stuff, and it's a year's worth of workouts. And you can even just start with Starter Program 1, which is right in that book. And so that's your place to start, right? But the other thing you can do too is if you're just right now doing some cardio, like a lot of people work out, but they just do a couple days of cardio, right? Just start to add in even some body weight exercises. Do some push-ups. Do some body weight squats. And if you don't know proper form and your knees hurt for squats right now, you can do this. You can start by just sitting down onto a chair bench, moving with your hips first and standing back up, and just do that 10 times. Remember, start somewhere and then begin to progress. And really, when you look at it that way, what you're doing is you are retraining your body. You're retraining it to be active again. And our goal is for us to become more athletic, not so that we'll ever play a professional sport, but to become more athletic so that we can enjoy all the benefits that go along with that. Remember, so yes, there's absolutely scientific research that shows that you will live longer if you don't overtrain, over-exercise, and that you don't do anything. Like, you have to find that sweet spot right there that I talked about. And you also be in better shape. And a lot of people, they want to be in better shape. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your body is meant to basically be in shape. Does that mean stick thin? Absolutely not. Does that mean having six-pack abs? Absolutely not. Some people want that, some don't. I'm just talking about being in good shape, not necessarily like cover model magazine. That's not for everyone, nor should it be. But you do want to keep your body in good shape because that shows most likely then you're overall much healthier. And the other thing is too is that you want your body to be stronger, and stronger makes a big difference. And that's why I have those 2 to 3 days of resistance training in there. And the reason is that if your body's stronger, you're better able to live a healthier, longer life too. Like, think about this. You want to be able to play with your kids, pick up your kids or grandkids, and you want to be able to take a fall, or you want to be able to twist an ankle or any of those things, because when that happens, you're better be able, if you get injured, to bounce back, but also you're less likely to actually fall. Or if you're skiing, you're less likely to actually twist your knee because your quads and your hamstrings and your IT bands and all those things are stronger, right? And your core's stronger, so you're less likely to hurt your back. Like, all of these things matter. They matter in terms of the grand scheme of things. Day to day, do they matter all that much? No, but the overall picture, they absolutely do. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully you understand that to become athletic, you want to also be more well-rounded. That was really the key today. And being more well-rounded means doing a little bit of everything, not too much of one thing. Remember, we always talk about this. You shouldn't be on an all-protein diet, an all-carbohydrate diet, or an all-fat diet, high in any one of those things. The reason is it makes no sense from a physiological perspective. And when it comes to athletics, do you want to play golf 5 days a week? No, you're going to come imbalanced. Do you want to do weight training 5-6 days a week? Probably not if you're not adding in the other stuff as well, like the flexibility and the massage and making sure that you're doing some aerobics, some of those things to just move that lactic acid, to pump it around. So again, being well-rounded, that's what it's all about. And that is one more way you will become more athletic. Have a great day, everyone. I want to sincerely thank you for your support of this podcast. I couldn't do it without you, and I mean that. I truly do. I also want to make sure you knew that we now have multiple ways for you to find your answers to the most difficult health, wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging questions. You can find podcast-specific topics like thyroid, adrenal, hormones, sleep, digestion, Ayurveda, and many more at stevencabral.com/podcasts that will then link you to your favorite Apple, Spotify, and other podcast players. Plus, all new podcasts and weekly exclusive video content is being added to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Stephen Cabral. And that's Stephen with a PH. Head on over and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the exclusive content. Lastly, if you've ever found any of my podcasts or books to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes or your favorite media player for the podcast. Rating and subscribing to the YouTube and podcast allow me to reach more and more people and help spread my mission of healing throughout the world. Thank you again for being a part of this movement.